Hello, my name is Chloe, welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you a full flip through of my journal. So I started using this journal back in November. So this covers November, December and January. It is chunky. It is chunky. I do have a video where I set up this journal because it is just a plain notebook and I decided to add my own bits and bobs. So I have a video explaining how this journal looked before I started. So please do go check that out if you are interested. I will link it in the description. But this is my everything journal. I don't have a separate planner or reading journal or bullet journal. Everything goes in here and that's why it can get so full up after 3 months. So this one does hold quite a lot of special meaning to me because it covers both of my trips to America that I did in November and December of 2021. They were both very, very long awaited trips and I did keep quite a few bits and bobs in here from those. So it is a very important journal to me. And just, yeah, on that note, my last full journal flip through that I did, again, I will link it in the description, got a fair amount of hate because I decided to ask you guys not to pause the video and read my full entries. I still stand by that. This is my personal journal and yes, I am sharing it on the internet and I am flicking through the pages. If something catches your eye, please feel free to read it. But I really feel like I don't need to tell you that this does have all of my thoughts over the past 3 months. So there may be something that you don't want to read and I cannot guarantee this whole thing is nice or PG-13, but it is just me. It is my thoughts, it's my feelings, and yeah, I'm gonna put in my journal what I want to put in my journal. I've rambled on about nothing, so let's pass back to Chloe of the past flicking through this journal. Hello, it is time for another journal flip through video. This is the journal that I've been working in since November, I believe. Yeah, November. It's a chunky boy. The, spine has completely given in, but I am going to put an elastic around it now that it's done to hold it together. This was just a cheap notebook from Wilko, so the fact it's lived up to this extent is impressive to me. You can see how much it's given in. But yeah, I want to flip through this, show you everything that's here. As I said, this is from Wilko. It has started wearing down, but I guess that's just all of the use that it's had. And we open up to my cover page, which is pretty much the same as when I started the journal. I don't think I've added anything. I was going to add my phone number, contact information, but I didn't, so. This is then my YouTube tracker, so we can see that I started the journal. I actually didn't write a start date, but on the 8th of November, I hit 2,300 subscribers. And my most recent milestone is hitting 2,425 on the 21st of January. So I just like to keep this at the front of my journals. And then we have my November cover page. This was actually from a diary, like a 2020 diary, I think it was. So I just cut it out and used it as the full page. And this was my TBR for the month. So November is the month that I ran my own readathon. I had some buddy reads, I had my book club read, I had Rachel's book club read, and 3 readathons that I was taking part in, including my own. This is now very busy. This is how I track my weekly to-do lists. So I just, you know, easily write the date and have a bullet pointed to-do list. Anything highlighted in pink is a YouTube video that is going live, and anything in yellow is reading sprints that I was doing. This continues onto here, and this was actually the week of my readathon, which is why it says Aldiarathon. And here we have the date that the US lifted their travel ban, and oh my god, it was the best feeling. You can see on these weeks I tried to track what I was going to eat for dinner. Didn't last for long, but yeah, more reading sprints and videos highlighted. Again, same kind of thing with some flowers and pink. And this is the day I went on my secret flights that nobody knew about. So very, very exciting. And I kept this hidden when I filmed the journal flip through because I knew I was booked for that day. I didn't know the travel ban had lifted yet, but I knew it. So I left it. Same for this week. I just had Thanksgiving noted down because I knew I was going to be there for Thanksgiving. Well, I was hoping. And yeah, my flights home. Couple more to-do lists. It's kind of sad I have cleaned Bruce's cage. If you guys watch all of my videos, you'll know that Bruce was my hamster who sadly didn't make it with us into 2022. So yeah, it's kind of sad seeing that on my to-do list. I then have my book haul for the month. November was pretty small. And my wrap up. So I read 21 books in November, spanning 6,783 pages, and my average rating I gave them was a 2.9 star. This was my spread for the readathons I was taking part in. So we had my readathon, which was the LDR-a-thon. We had Believeathon, hosted by Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin. Forgot his name then completely. That is bad, isn't it? And then I had Becca and Liv's Royal Readathon that I planned out my reads for. Then I have my list of books I've unhauled lately. So I have filmed this video. I believe I've definitely filmed this video. So these were all books that left my collection. I just keep a running list, and then when it's time to film the video, I come back and look at these lists. Then we have my steps tracker for November. The way I do this is just using like dot grid paper that I have loose, and I do a bar for every day depending on my steps, and the colours determine whether it was a good day and I actually moved around. I think I have to hit 5,000 is my goal before I do the nicer colour, or what I think is a nicer colour. So yeah, really didn't get moving much in November, but you can see the 20th was the day of my flights, and that was a lot of airport walking. Gave up towards the end of the month. I actually lost my Apple Watch. I found it. It was pretty much where this journal is sat right now actually, but I lost it, so I didn't finish it for the month. Okay, this is the first lot of actual journal entries for the month, and I actually filmed this whole page with my address showing. So starting again, we have Monday the 1st, Tuesday the 2nd, and Thursday the 4th on here. This post-it note is not sticking. But we just have some Yo Sushi Japanese fried chicken that I really like. So when I made them, I kept the tag. I had a package from Harper 360, so I kept part of the envelope in here. I also had a package from Black Crow PR with a bookmark for King of Battle and Blood and a candle, so that was really cool. And yeah, I had a Thatcher's Rosé. I also had a gift from Nicola, who got me The Marriage Game by Sarah Desai. Read the travel ban news whilst I was watching your vlog and had to celebrate. So that was absolutely lovely. Another page of my journaling, I bought a Carhartt beanie. Cole wears so much Carhartt and I wanted to get some too, so I bought a beanie. Filmed my Come to the Library with me video. Finished The Trouble with Perfect. Had this tea here. This was a chamomile tea. And I have my snack surprise box, which was Austria, so I kept that. This was a very, very fun tweet. This was when I was doing live sprints, and Gavin and Jade were together in person and decided to put my face on every screen they had available to them. So yeah, that happened. Okay, I just started to film this page and I had to cover it up because I was ranting about a work client. So yeah, can't really put that on the internet. But this is a ready meal that I really, really like from Wasabi. And I actually treated myself to wasabi when I was down in London. I got it delivered to the hotel. It was really, really good. Over here, we have my progress for the books I read in LDR-a-thon. Over here, I was starting to freak out because people were finding out that I was going to see Cole. So it was 8 days and his whole family knew what I was going to be doing. I'm also not going to go through this page because I'm talking about work, and yeah, it's not exciting or important. Over here we have my packing list for things I need to take, which I believe I remembered everything. A week till I saw Cole, so I didn't really talk much. My trip's getting closer and closer. Somebody in a department had COVID and my office didn't tell me, and I was really, really mad about it. Another meal from Wasabi, which is really nice. Started to panic because the people who were picking me up hadn't spoken to me and we didn't have plans, and I was concerned. Over here, I got a delivery from Oddbox, so I just kept the little thing here. Don't know why I did that so close to me going away, because I couldn't eat any of it. Well, I couldn't eat all of it, but you know, whatever. This day I had my package from Your Creative Studio, and I decided to keep this little tag with a deer listing everything that was in the box. So I did that. Over here, this is a picture that Chelsea made of for me with Bruce the hamster sat on Dermot O'Leary's shoulder, because why not? I went and got my travel money, and I had my COVID test that I had to do to fly and came back negative, so amazing. This was a sticker from a work event. This was me freaking out before I got on the plane. The handwriting's an absolute mess, like, let's not reflect on it, but I finished a packet of red vines apparently. I don't know, I don't remember taking red vines, but the thing is here. This was my flight information, and this little sticker says, "Today is your day," and it was. These are entries I was doing while I was on the plane. The flight was long, heaviest turbulence we've had so far. The flight was lasting forever, trying to sleep, but it just doesn't happen. I was hoping that Jessie and Lexi were going to be on time. I forgot headphones for the screen. They turned the lights off. I wanted to read. Wish I'd paid for Wi-Fi. A lot of complaining, really. A lot of complaining. Just me catching up things that were happening. Just me talking about being with Cole again. This is from a blanket that actually his mom bought me because Cole has this wolf moon situation as a tattoo. So she saw it on a blanket and got it for me because she knew Cole sleeps in the cold. These are some little Thanksgiving stickers, which I thought were adorable because I was actually there for Thanksgiving. We have more shopping. This is just the local shop and all the bits and bobs I probably didn't need, but I bought. Off-brand Pop-Tarts, they were still pretty good. Over here is my favourite page of the journal, but I can't show you all of it because my Christmas presents that I bought were here. This is a little folder I made for the stuff that I bought and did while I was in the US. So, I mean, we can go through it. Okay, what do we have here? So, starting off with some photos, we have me and Uncle Rod, me and Nan and Pa, me and Cole in the hot tub, and I believe we have another of me and Cole, and then me, Cole, his dad, and his stepmom. So these are just extra copies that I printed so that I could keep them in my journal in this little wallet. I then had some journaling that I did on the plane. Who even knows? Apparently I was heartbroken. Well, I was heartbroken, I don't know what I'm saying apparently. The receipt for Cracker Barrel when I was buying loads of bits and bobs. I think Cole actually bought things, so that was cute. Bath and Body Works. Portillo's, I had a chocolate cake McFlurry. This sticker from McDonald's, I think says like copyright 2010. Yeah, 2010, I found that cool. Oh, I'm talking about how Cole got me this ring and he bought it on this day I'm talking about, but it had to be resized, so I couldn't have it yet. And why is it not focusing? So yeah, I couldn't have it yet, and I was kind of sad about it. This that I got on the plane that said mask, eat, drink, mask, repeat, which I wanted to keep as a memento for COVID travel. I also have, I think we have more Cracker Barrel receipts. The Shell Garage, boarding passes, more boarding passes, more boarding passes. I bought a book in the airport. I bought a cinnamon roll in the airport. My baggage receipt, Goodwill, lily pads, Lufthansa flight chocolate, Bath and Body Works, my Dooney and Burke bag, and my Michael Kors cash wallet. Moving on, we have my December title page, which I think is my favourite. Just a lot of Christmassy photos and glitter. To-do lists, as I have every week, just this time decorated with Christmas pictures and washi. So these continue on. This is when my flights were. The teas that I had left in my advent calendar, so I didn't want to take my full advent calendar of tea, so I just wrote down which day I was supposed to have which. And that is it for planning. We then have my TBR for the month, which was pretty short, and my book haul, which was Christmas presents that arrived before I left, mainly. My wrap up for the month, so this month was 19 books, 6,288 pages, and an average rating of 2.7. Christmas boxes that I made his uncle and his grandparents, so they had like classic British treats in them, and another packing list over here with, I don't know why it's struggling to focus now, with a suitcase on the page, clothes list. Over here we're back to normal journal entries. So we have a gift. We had the Wrath and the Dawn from Rebecca and some chocolate. Yep, I remember. My friend's granddad passed away, so I wanted to document that. I was feeling really upset for her, and Bruce had started looking a bit frail and old. This is Chelsea's drawing of Bruce, which, I mean, how amazing. And I had a Too Good To Go bag from Starbucks, which actually continues over here with, this is the bag, and I did write on it, and I can read it if I focus, but not amazingly. This is the advent calendar that Laura bought me, so I wanted to keep that. And I kept the, you can't see it, I kept the gift note on the back. So this is why we start seeing these tea bags. This is my order for breakfast sandwiches at work. This was bacon, hash brown, and black pudding on white bread. My Dooney and Burke kind of, what's it called? Warranty. But it was an older bag anyway, so I couldn't claim it. I just wanted to keep it because I thought it was cool that I had a bag that you could claim warranty on. The local New Look, I'd made an order and was going to go pick up my boots. Tea, more tea. Starting planning events that I was giving Cole presents for, because we have Christmas, our anniversary, and then both of our birthdays very close together. Went to the charity shop and got some books. Christmas present from Joe. More tea. I went and did a big shop with my friend Josie, and I was amazed at how much I bought, so I kept the receipt. Again, sad to see clean Bruce's cage on my to-do list, but we have my tea. Then over this page we have some wrapping paper. This was from my Secret Santa present where it says Chloe M. I kept that. And yeah, wrote a little bit about my Secret Santa. So this is the envelope we were given with our person's name in it. My sandwich order, and this was like a marshmallow treat I got in my Secret Santa. Me ranting about life over here, not important. We have more tea, Christmas present from Nina, and this one is a gift note from Emily when she bought me the third Truly Devious book. So I actually finished it, didn't like the book, but wanted to keep the gift note, so I stuck it in here. As we can see, it was now 6 days until I was back with Cole. This was a Jamaican jerk chicken that I made, and I kept the packaging to say that I kind of like this one. A gift from Jenny, more tea. This was my flight information. All of this changed, but that was my flight information. Long story. I feel like I'm really struggling now to stay in frame. We have more tea, a gift from Rachel that was amazing, more gifts over here, and I stuck wrapping paper on the back to jazz them up a bit. My COVID test I had to do, I think I must have finished another pack of tests, so I kept that. And this was a gift note from, who is this from? Rhiannon, of course it was. She got me The Serial Killer's Wife. Over here, I had a lot to say, and then I didn't really write it. I think I wrote this on the plane, actually. But this was a giant dairy milk that Victoria got me. A sticker from my mom that she gives the kids at school. Percy Pig. I finished the audiobook for The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, or I was reading it, I'm not sure. More tea. And here we go. I was on the plane again. Thought I was going to do lots of writing, but I only have 4 hours of the flight left. And yeah, had a very, very lovely journey. I was chatting to everybody. At every stage of my journey, I had someone I can talk to. And the girl that I sat next to on the big flight gave me a curly whirly as I sat down. So really, no complaints there. Still talking about the flight. More tea. As I'm writing this, Cole is fast asleep and I'm wide awake because it's 9:30 a.m. Yes, sleeping was hard. We went to Walmart, I got some bits and bobs, and went to Claire's because I wanted some earrings. I forgot my earrings, that's what I forgot this time. Got my the book of the month that I ordered to Cole's house. For some reason it doesn't want to cover up Victoria's face here, but you know, she asked me not to share this card on camera, so respecting. But yeah, this is really important to me. It is just some things from over Christmas, like notes that people gave me. So we have Victoria telling me to have the most wonderful time. We have a baggage tag from one of my suitcases. This was a card from Chelsea and it was the best thing I've ever received. It was amazing. We have a card from Victoria, her husband and her kid. With the cat on the back, of course. This is part of the bag that my ring came in, and a lovely message from Laura. Over here we have one of many Subway receipts because we had Subway nearly every day, and then Binny's, which is where I got some alcohol from. So this is just a random catch up of my shopping. We have a gift note from Cole's uncle leaving me a present. That was adorable, which was this hoodie that came with this label, so I kept that. Got another Subway and more tea that I tried. This is me catching up on Christmas, so we have the Michael Kors tag from my necklace I want to keep in here. This was a napkin that we had on Christmas Day. To Chloe from Grandma Larry. Her name is Laurie, we call her Larry. Dairy Queen. Cole finally took me to Dairy Queen, so I just decorated this a bit. And this is my collection of things from that USA trip. Because why keep one thing when you can keep everything about your trip? Like, I'm not going to be able to fit all of this in journal pages. And it looks like I've actually stuck this receipt to something. Okay. Are we working now? Right. As I flew out, I was given a heavy baggage tag, which I found funny. I bought some bits and bobs in Target and in Hy-Vee, which was amazing. The camera cut me off there. I've been talking too long. This is from a handmade mug that I bought. This is from a chocolate that a lady in the airport actually gave me while we were sat talking, so that was really sweet. This was a dessert on the plane on the way there, I think. We have some more baggage tags. The leftovers of my Cracker Barrel gift card that Grandma Larry got me. This was a little cafe that was in the airport and I had a free chocolate. This is the information about my rights that I was given by the airline when my flight was cancelled, which wasn't useful. And then yes, some boarding passes, so just a few bits and bobs that time. Even though I went for much longer, I seem to hold on to less things. I guess that's because I journaled more every day and stuck it in the days. Okay, that's kind of wedged back in there. Then we move on to January, which is this Bambi thing from a Disney diary. And I kept this. It says don't open till the big day because January is my birthday month. So we have my TBR, which is nearly done. A Steps in January tracker, which is not quite finished because we are currently on the 30th, so this will be done pretty soon. As you can see, this is when I was still at Coles from the 1st to the 8th. This is my 2 days pretty much travelling, and these are days I went into the office. Really haven't moved much this month. Some of these weekly planning to-do lists are very empty because I wasn't really doing anything. Flights, and I put a little sticker that says you got this. I did not have this, but I wanted to believe I had this. Gets a little bit busier when I'm back at home doing bits and bobs, just planning out my days a bit more. Same here. And same here. This was my birthday, so I just decorated it a little bit more. Over here we have my January book haul, which is chaos. Haven't filled it all in because I just need to make a note, but I'm filming this video next weekend, so I need to look into this. It will probably be up by the time this video is up. We have my wrap up, which I'm hoping I can add one more book to, so we haven't got all the stats on here yet because I need to write them down. We have YouTube planning, so I have books I have to read in 2022, worst books of 2021, and best books of 2021 that I just wrote in here because I knew I'd film them sometime in January. At this point, it's now weird because we go back in time. I'm still in the US at this point. This day we went to Walmart, we went to Cracker Barrel, and I had a fortune cookie, so I kept those things in here. We had snow, and we had me and Cole's stepmom constantly singing, "Do you want to build a snowman?" to Cole. He did not. I finished the Ladies' Guide to Petticoats and Piracy, so I stuck that in here. It was very frosty, and we went to Subway again. This is me gushing about all the love for my patrons. I wanted to write down people as they were joining and the day that they joined. It was giving me so much, like, the endorphins from this page are insane. But these are all the people that joined before the announcement video went up for my Patreon. So, yeah. This is me ranting about life because of my travel home. If you don't know, I got stuck in Dublin for over 12 hours and it was horrific. So I wanted to write about it loads, but I actually got distracted. So then we go to Monday. At this point, I'm home. This is my Christmas present from Rachel. She wrote me... Oh, I knocked the tripod. I'm so sorry. She wrote me a very, very lovely note. So I kept the note in here, of course. This was a card from Victoria that was actually for my birthday, but it was lots of different chocolatey bits, so I wanted to keep a note in here telling me what chocolatey bits were in there. With a Percy Pig travel mug tag that was from some family friends. I did some pre-ordering, so I made a note of that. Ranting about feelings. This is when Cole got COVID. And I was waiting for my PCR test result. This day I received my test result. I had COVID and I had my first sick day off work. So I'd only been back for 2 days and I had to take a sick day. Really was not very well at all. Thursday, again, sick day. It was the day my Patreon announcement went live and I was feeling very thankful. I bought a toasty maker. This is a cat called Twilight. Long story. This is where I planned out my January TBR. So I wanted, not January, my January, but my January reading plans and what days I would have to read books on to get my whole TBR done by the end of the month. I'm currently trying to finish City of Bones, but I have a whole day left and I think I'm going to be able to do it. Friday was still sick, had some lovely gifts from Charlie. My pre-order of the Twyford Code came in. This was a note of the basis of the thank you note I was sending to my top tier patrons, so I just want to cover that up really. I don't want to share that. Over here we have some more gifts, this time from Freya, who sent me just amazing, amazing presents. And the one thing I got from launching my Patreon is that a lot of people told me to stop being so down on myself and to believe in myself. So I stuck this little sticker in that says just that. Over here, I was accepted onto a read-along with Tandem, and this was the reading schedule for the book, so I kept that in just as a little reminder. This is the note that came in The Beautiful by Renee Adier when Rhiannon sent it to me. Sadly, I didn't like this book, so I'm unhauling it, but I wanted to keep the note. Me planning for Polathon and finding out what books I had that fitted the prompts, but it was quite easy for me to pick my TBR in the end. My SD card corrupted and I wasn't very happy about it, as you can see. So I was making notes about everything I did. The bookmark from the read-along because I finished the book, and a packet of Pop-Tarts that I really, really enjoyed. Some lovely messages from Chelsea. I loved them so much I had to print them and keep them. They really, really just made my heart so full. And over here, I tried to eat healthy and I ended up spending £45 in Aldi on just snacks. And here we go. This is my big birthday entry. So this is a gift note from Rebecca, which I wanted to keep in because it's got the little Amazon gift tags that I could staple. This is a picture of the presents that I opened from people on the bookish internet, whether that be subscribers, bookish friends I've met. Yeah, so this was all from bookish people. My note from Rachel, who again wrote me a lovely, lovely note, so I just decided it needed its own page. This photo of me that Emily took in London that says, "I love Dick." Had to keep that, had to keep that. Some notes from Chelsea that I just thought were particularly cute. And this is from Saturday when I went out shopping with my parents to Bristol. We went to Pull and Bear and I bought a bit of Squid Game merch, which I'm actually wearing right now. Hopefully, yeah, there we go, that's going to focus. So I kept the Squid Game sticker and the Pull and Bear bag, and I got myself a Starbucks. This is now a note from Victoria. I need to journal on this page. I haven't quite got round to it yet. So this is going to be where I finish off the month. And then I will just skim through these because we don't need to stop and read them, but they are notes of the birthday presents I received from who, which then morphs into the Christmas presents that I received and from who. We have another list of books I unhauled lately, so these ones are going to be used for the next video I need to film. Sprintathon that was hosted by Pris, and I planned out prompts. I actually ended up not taking part, I got far too busy, but I did plan it out. I was reading Walking on Sunshine by Giovanna Fletcher for Rachel's book club, ended up having no thoughts to write down, so to use the rest of the page I had this big cutout from a magazine of This Is Why We Lie by Gabriella Lepore, which I had as an arc, so I made some notes while I was reading that. We have some online orders that I've made and whether they've been received and the due date. Some library loans I had, and I still have these, but just keeping a track of when they are due, what I think of them, etc. And then these are my favourite pages. This is where I write down my physical TBR and I highlight them depending on whether I've read them or unhauled them, or both. So yeah, there are pages and pages and pages of this. But I have also moved this into my new journal. We then had a birthday present page, so I've skipped that because you guys don't need to see that. But here we have future book club picks that I'm thinking of, and a little graphic of the book club picks for November, December, January, which just happens to be the time that we were in this journal. So following that, we have this cute little page. I don't know what I'm going to write here. I'm going to put something on this green blob, but yeah, that is the entire journal. So there we have it. That is my full journal for the past 3 months. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. I hopefully have improved my filming layout. I've tried very hard, so hopefully it is better than the last flip through you saw. If you haven't seen the last one, I will make sure it's linked in the description if you want to go check that out and see how my journaling maybe has changed over the past, say, 6 months. And I also have on my channel the setup of my new journal that I'm hopefully going to be using for the next 4 months. So please do go and check that out if you are interested. But yes, there's a very big difference between these two, completely different vibes, completely different sizes, and a lot more to work with. So yes, I'm excited to get into my new journey with this journal, but thank you so much for joining me today to see what went on in this one. On that note, I've been rambling long enough, so thank you very much for watching this video. I really do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!